boys and girls, I have another story about insects for you today. This is the story called From Caterpillar to Butterfly. So we're going to learn a little bit about the life cycle of a butterfly. So a butterfly starts as an egg, turns into a caterpillar, then that caterpillar grows and grows and grows and eventually forms a chrysalis, which we'll learn about in this story. And then after a little while, that chrysalis or that caterpillar turns into a butterfly. So it's a really neat thing to watch and witness. So this story will walk us through all of the steps of how a caterpillar becomes a butterfly. So let's see what this story is all about. Today, a caterpillar came to school in a jar. It is eating green leaves. It is climbing and wiggling. This tiny caterpillar is going to change. It will change into a beautiful butterfly. So you see they've got this jar. All the children are excited to see what happens. Caterpillars usually turn into butterflies outdoors. They live in gardens and meadows and yards. But we will watch our caterpillar change into a butterfly right here in our classroom. This change is called metamorphosis. You guys will get to watch videos about how these caterpillars change too, so make sure you check those out. Our caterpillar started out as a tiny egg. The mother butterfly laid the egg on a leaf. You see, a butterfly is an insect. The egg is tiny. It is the size of a pinhead. That is so small. Can you see that? When the caterpillar hatched out of the egg, it was hungry. It ate its own way out of its own eggshell. Then it started to eat green plants right away. The mother butterfly lays her eggs on plants that the caterpillar will eat. These are called the host plants because they hold the eggs. A caterpillar's job is to eat and eat and eat, so it will grow and grow and grow. The caterpillar is also called the larva. See all these tiny little pictures? Just eating and eating and eating so that they grow. Each day when we come to school, we look at our caterpillar. Each day it is bigger. The caterpillar eats and grows for 12 to 14 days. So you see, their caterpillars are growing bigger. Our skin grows with us, but a caterpillar skin does not grow. When the caterpillar gets too big for its own skin, the skin splits down the back. The caterpillar crawls right out of its own skin. It has new skin underneath. This is called molting. Our caterpillar will molt 4 or 5 times, which means it sheds its skin 4 or 5 times during its lifetime. So you see, every time it gets a little bit bigger. Take a look at this one. After many days, our caterpillar is finished growing. It is much bigger than when it first came to school. It's almost as big as my little finger now. Our caterpillar is making its special house. First, it makes a button of silk. So if you think about a button, it's kind of like a circle, the button of silk. It uses this button to hang upside down from a twig. Then it molts or sheds its skin for the last time. Instead of a new skin, this time there is a hard shell. This shell is called a chrysalis. Our caterpillar will stay inside the chrysalis for a long time. So it's kind of like a cocoon. He stays inside of it. So he's made this shell for his body. The chrysalis is also called the pupa. You see it gets hard, kind of changes color. Every day, the chrysalis looks the same. We can't see anything happening, but inside the chrysalis, our caterpillar is changing. The caterpillar stays in the chrysalis for about 1 week. Will our caterpillar ever turn into a butterfly? Will it ever come out of the chrysalis? We can hardly wait, but we do. We wait and wait and wait. We have to be very patient for that caterpillar to come out. Then, one day during snack time, somebody shouts, "Look!" and we all rush over to see. The chrysalis is cracking. We see a head, a body, and then wings. It's a butterfly. See, so it kind of breaks out of the chrysalis and it slowly starts to come out, and then it's a butterfly. The tiny caterpillar who came to school in a jar turned into a painted lady butterfly, and we saw it happen. Our butterfly is damp, which means it's kind of wet and crumpled. It hangs onto the chrysalis while its wings flap, flap, flap. Blood pumps into its wings. The wings straighten out and dry. Soon our butterfly will be ready to fly. In 2 hours, the wings are dry and the butterfly is ready to fly. So when they first come out of their chrysalis, their bodies are still kind of wet from being inside of there. So they're not strong enough to fly right away. So their wings have to dry and get a little harder so that they can help them fly. Our butterfly cannot stay in the jar. It needs to be outside with flowers and grass and trees and other butterflies. It is a warm spring day. I put my finger into the jar. The butterfly sits on my finger. I pull it out and our butterfly goes free. We feel a little sad and a little happy. So they watched it grow up, but now it's time to set him into nature, set him free. We watched our butterfly land on a flower. It will sip the flower's nectar through a long coiled tube called a proboscis. I'm gonna have to check the pronunciation on that one. Maybe it's a female butterfly. Maybe someday she will lay an egg on a leaf. I know just what will happen then. The egg will hatch into a butterfly, and that caterpillar will turn into a, that egg will hatch into a caterpillar, and that caterpillar will turn into a beautiful butterfly. Painted lady butterflies sip nectar from certain flowers. They like thistle, burdock, zinnia, butterfly bush, and mint. So there's different types of butterflies, and we'll see them in the back of the book. Well, in the next page, actually. All right, so how many different kinds of butterflies can you find around your neighborhood? Here are some common ones to look for. So if you guys have some time this week, maybe you can go out and look for some of these types of butterflies and post pictures for us. So there's a monarch butterfly. I have a feeling we see a lot of these. Found in most areas of the United States, so usually kind of found everywhere. Black swallowtail. These are found in areas but the very far west. We don't live in the far west, so more than likely we won't see this. Cabbage white, found throughout the United States, so maybe kind of a white color. Dog-faced butterfly, found throughout the South, migrates through the Midwest and Northeast and Canada, so maybe we would find a kind like that. Common blue, found in the western part of the United States. Again, we don't live in the western part. We're on the eastern part of the United States, so more than likely not going to see that one. And a buckeye, found in most areas of the United States except for the Pacific Northwest. So again, another one that we might be able to see. So let's see if you guys can go outside and find some of these. So that was the end. So I hope you guys enjoyed learning about butterflies. If you can get outside this week, look for caterpillars. Maybe if you find one in your yard, kind of keep an eye on it. And then look for butterflies too. And we're hoping that we get to see some outside. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.